Today I have a guitar that I've never reviewed on this channel. I've actually never even owned this guitar in my life. I've never bought this brand. I've seen it in stores. I've seen it at Guitar Center, Sam Ash. I've known about the brand, but I just never really bought it. I was never interested in it. But since the goal of this channel is to review every single guitar, I just can't review guitars that I like only, right? I have to review every single guitar. I cannot discriminate. So today I have a Dangelico EXL1 Premier, a New York Jazz Box Hollowbody guitar. So like I said, I've seen this model around and I've seen the brand around, Dangelico, but I just never had any interest in this guitar because if I have, you know, let's say $1,000 or $2,000 to spend on an electric guitar, a Hollowbody, let alone a Jazz Box body style guitar isn't really the first thing that comes to mind. I'd rather buy a Stratocaster, Telecaster, Les Paul, but not this style guitar. But recently I bought a couple guitars in bulk from a private seller, and this was one of the guitars that was in that bulk. So we negotiated, I got a good deal for it. So that's how I acquired this Dangelico. So when I first buy a guitar and when I first review a guitar, the first thing I always look for and the first thing that I notice is the weight of a guitar. For this particular EXL1, I'd say that this is a pretty good weight. Even though this is a hollow body, you know, just by the term hollow, you automatically assume, oh, it should be lighter because it's hollow. Even though it is a hollow body and a jazz style body guitar, I'd say that this has a pretty good weight to it for a hollow. I'd say maybe 7 pounds, 7.5 pounds, around that range. It's definitely not a light guitar. It's not a super light guitar. If you handed this guitar to a 10-year-old on a strap, he would have some difficulty, you know, playing it standing up, unless the kid is fucking strong or something. But when you place this guitar on your lap, it does have a pretty good weight to it, which I enjoy. I've said this in my other reviews as well. For me personally, I enjoy a heavy guitar. The heavier, the better. Obviously, it can't be like 20 pounds. That's a different story. But 10 pounds, 11 pounds, I'm completely comfortable with it. My heaviest guitar is 12 pounds actually. And that's the kind of feeling I like. Since I'm a home player, I'm not a active professional musician or anything, I don't gig. So I don't stand up when I play, you know? So when I play guitar and the guitar has a good weight on my legs, on my lap, I just love that feeling. I don't know why. And that's the same feeling I'm getting for this guitar. So other than the weight, my first impression of this guitar is this is very high quality. This is very well made. Despite the brand, let's just ignore the brand. Let's ignore where this guitar is made, which is made in Indonesia. If I was blindfolded, somebody gave me this guitar, I could mistake this as a Gibson, honestly. The neck finish, the neck feel is very similar to a Gibson Les Paul, kind of like that glossed out feeling, very smooth, very nice. It's a very good touch to your hands. I also really like this white colorway. This is actually my first time ever seeing a hollow body in a white finish. The only other white guitar I've seen is like a Gibson Les Paul Custom, a white version of it. I've actually never seen a white hollow body jazz box guitar, which now looking at it, it looks very nice. I actually really like this color. And another very subtle yet elegant feature of this guitar that I enjoy is this binding color. They aged the binding color to kind of like a brown creamish color to give it that vintage aged look, and I feel like it's a very nice blend with the white. Goes very well. This fretboard is also extremely high quality. This looks like a rosewood fretboard from what I can see, but the grains are so dark it almost looks like ebony as well. But you can see a light brownish hue, which gives me that rosewood vibe. So I'm assuming this is a rosewood fretboard, but still very high quality fretboard, very high quality frets. It's a little bit bigger, kind of like a jumbo fret. So playing it is very easy. Yeah, I have to tune it. It's not tuned at all. But just by, you know, how it plays, let's say this guitar is perfectly in tune, it's just super easy to play. I mean, the action is perfectly set up on this guitar. Very simple electronics, Just one mini pickup, one mini humbucker pickup, 2 knobs, 1 master volume, 1 master tone, actually bolted on the pickguard, which I've never seen. I'm trying to think, have I seen another guitar designed like this? I don't think so. Very interesting. And honestly, the reason why I was never interested in a D'Angelico was mainly because of the headstock design. Disregarding the headstock, you know, let's say headstock is blurred out, just the guitar itself, I'd say that this is an excellent guitar to buy and play. But just from a design standpoint, this headstock design is really not my style. It's just too much in my opinion. I feel like, you know, I may get some hate for this, you know, for all those D'Angelico owners, probably have a different perspective than me. But to me, the size of the headstock is just too large for the guitar. For this guitar, I guess it's a little better because it's a hollow body, it's a bigger style guitar. But still, this headstock is just not my design, not my style at all. And also these tuners, I never really liked these style of tuners ever. You know, I know some older Gibsons do have these style tuners. I forget the specific name, but I just prefer a traditional, normal looking tuner. This is just, I feel like they did a little bit too much on the design. I also mentioned this in my Ovation guitar review. Never really liked the Ovation headstock. Never really liked the Music Man headstock either. But headstock is just a design, you know, that has no effect on the playability, how the guitar sounds. So just purely on a design aspect, and for me personally, my preference, headstock design is really not my thing. And also this thing, like, what is this, dude? I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me. But other than that, dude, if this had a Gibson headstock, a Gibson style headstock, or even like a Eastman or like a Collings headstock, for me, I don't know, this headstock is pretty questionable to me. But other than that, I'd say that this is a very high quality guitar. You know, some people, they say, oh, made in Indonesia, it's an import, it's not good quality. Hey man, I don't know what it is, but some of these modern, newer release made in Indonesia, you know, made in Korea, made in Japan. You know, Japan always had pretty good quality control, but a lot of these, you know, newer Asian import guitars are just very high quality. And I think mainly it's just because of the improvement in technology, the improvement in knowledge, how to build a proper guitar. You know, back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, a lot of these lawsuit Asian companies, I feel like they were just winging it for the most part. You know, some were great quality, some were poor quality. The consistency of the quality was not there. But now, 2021, hey man, a lot of the Asian built guitars, from what I've played and seen personally, it's a different level now. You know, it's a different standard. It's just a higher quality. So let me show you how this guitar sounds, because this has a very nice sound, very nice clean jazz, clean blues. If you like those genres, you will not be disappointed by how this guitar sounds. Overall, I'd say it's a very good guitar, very high quality sounding guitar. If I had to give this guitar a rating build, this is probably an 8 out of 10. Very well built guitar. Nothing on this guitar feels of subpar quality, and I'm honestly saying that. Body is very high quality. Even this metal, this tailpiece is not bad metal as well. Usually a lot of the times these import Asian guitar, they cheap out on, you know, the metal quality, the plastic quality. Surprisingly, the plastic for these pickguard is high quality as well. Neck, very high quality neck, very high quality fretboard. Like I said, even though the headstock design is not my style, the headstock itself is solid as fuck. This won't be very difficult to break. And like I said, even though I don't like these tuner designs, just the structure of the metal, the integrity of the metal is very high. Just a very well made guitar overall. I'm very impressed. Tone, I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Sounds very good. It's just a versatile sounding guitar. You can play jazz, you can play blues, you can play light rock. I've even played some punk on this guitar. It's very versatile, very nice. So overall, I'd say for my first D'Angelico, I am very impressed with this guitar. It's just very well made.